All right, I'm live again. But I was just on a live stream and it totally blacked out, like the internet blacked out, I guess, proving the point that everything was going to blow up in the next couple days. Okay, so first of all, can you send that link? Can you put that link on my Facebook? This link. Can you put the link to this right now on my Facebook? All right. So I decided to jump on a live because 24 hours ago I was here talking about the fact that there was this massive intelligence alert that Iran was going to attack Israel. And the intelligence was mostly coming from the United States intelligence services. It was even like at the highest levels of government, they were saying that it's viable intelligence that says that Israel is going to be attacked. And they gave it a time frame of 24 to 48 hours. So we're still within that 48-hour range, but I can tell you that for the first 24 hours, nothing happened. For even longer than that, nothing happened. So as I was doing this report yesterday, I was thinking, no, there's really it doesn't feel like anything really is going to happen. There was no change in the alert level here in Israel, and everybody was going about their normal business. There were no there were a couple rockets. There were 40 rockets last night launched at northern Israel, and everybody thought, oh, this is it, and then it wasn't it. So we went about a very peaceful day. There were a couple of rocket barrages here and there, but what I heard was that there was one reporter that said that despite the fact that America had this intelligence, that it somehow hadn't been like, not that Israelis didn't have the intelligence, but it's like the Israeli media was getting this from America, but not from Israeli intelligence. So, and there was no change in anything going on here. We went about our daily lives. So suddenly, just about an hour and a half ago or so, here's what came out just now. The spokesperson for the Israel Defense Forces, Daniel Hagari, made a speech, a live briefing on the news tonight, and is said, in accordance with the situational assessment and in light of the security situation, the Home Front Command is issuing updates and adjustments to the defensive guidelines at this time. Starting tomorrow morning and over the coming days, educational establishments, day camps, and planned trips will not take place. So now I was just explaining before that this is the week before Passover. So there's no school for most of the schools, but there are camps. And it's like the last week before you're going to have an actual week off. So everybody's relying on that week because the week of Passover, there's no school and there's no camp. But in this case, now there's going to be nothing for at least 48 hours from 11 p.m. tonight. So now, obviously, school's not starting till 8 a.m. tomorrow, but it's not starting. So from 11 p.m. tonight, I don't know what that means. That's less than an hour from now. And there was no further explanation of why, but there was also a statement by Yoav Gallant, the defense minister, who basically said, Iran, don't try us. So anyway, these are some of the things that were going. Now it's interesting because before we got this alert, I was thinking, if I do a live tonight, I'm actually going to talk about the fact that despite everybody saying this is going to come from Iran, that actually the problems are festering within Israel that could be very explosive. Now, I mentioned yesterday in the report that a 14-year-old Jewish boy from an area, Judea, Samaria, West Bank, whatever you want to call it, north of Jerusalem, that he went missing. He had gone out with his sheep. I guess he's a shepherd. I don't know. Went out with his sheep and never came back. The sheep came back, but he didn't. So there was an all-night search for him, and it already sparked violence. by a lot of the other Israelis in the area against Arab villages. They burned cars, burned homes. There was a clash. The army had to get involved, and they actually um, shot and killed one of the Palestinians. So today in the afternoon, they found his body. So 14-year-old Benyamin Akim was found, and they ruled that it was definitely terrorism and that he was killed. Now, they didn't say what the cause of death was, and they're pursuing the suspects. But anyway, so that is definitely going to cause more. There was already violence going on there, but since the news came out that he was killed, there was a group of several Israelis went into one of the villages, and it's a place where in Duma, if you've heard of it, where a family was killed. They were burned alive in their house. I think one of the kids survived, but this happened several years ago, and this is the village that they went into, and they started burning again, burning houses and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna. I did hear one of the analysts made a really good point that what the world is going to be watching how Israel is controlling the Israeli population in the West Bank. So now, the world is watching how what Israel is doing in Gaza, and now they're going to be looking at that. Now, it's so I saw like a CNN headline that said that it was something like, let me see if I can find it, that Israelis are here it is, 100 Israeli settlers storm West Bank village, setting cars and homes ablaze. Now, this came out after they found out that this story came out after this teenager was killed. So anyway, you can see where that is going. Anyway, but definitely there hasn't been a lot of control in the West Bank during the time that the war's been going on with Gaza, because all the focus is there. And there have been also several terror attacks there. There was one last week on Sunday. There was a shooting. A 19-year-old soldier was injured, and before that, there were several shootings at different spots all around the West Bank, and some have been fatal. But anyway, this is being considered a terror attack as well, what happened. So beyond now, Ruslan was on before, and he had said something like he had heard that also like the power grids were going down and stuff like that. We still have heard nothing. All we have heard is that we should not be in gatherings of up to 1,000 people. That workplaces can operate without restriction. Educational activities are prohibited. Oh, wait, this is in green zones, I guess. And then there's the Gaza envelope where, like if you're around the Gaza Strip, that outdoor gatherings only up to 100 people, and indoor gatherings up to just 300, and that beaches will be closed to the public. Okay, I don't know about that one. Okay, I'm not going to read that. And then on the confrontation line, outdoor gatherings up to 30, indoor up to 300. Workplaces are possible indoor at a place where there is a bomb shelter, and no educational activities. So as you can see, educational activities were the first to go. And Raya, you'll be glad to know, not that we're going, but in all other parts of the country, it doesn't say the beach is restricted. It's only in those areas in the South. So we could go to the beach. We're not going to the beach. But anyway, also, while this is going on, there's also still tens of thousands of residents evacuated. There's still, I think, 20,000 or more, 25,000 from the north that have not been living in their towns for months, since right after October 7th, they were evacuated. And then there are the Israelis from the south who were evacuated, who fled on October 7th from their homes, or as soon as they could get out of there, as soon as usually the army had to come in and escort them out of there from their homes, and they're in different hotels around the country. Some of them have settled into other communities for the time being. So we're still talking about, like, the people in the north aren't home, and the people in the south aren't home, and now we're talking about the entire country being put under a certain alert. In addition to all of this, I'll tell you one more thing that there is, and I didn't even read further into this, but a ship in the Red Sea, looking for the information, I don't have it anywhere. Oh my gosh, a ship in the Red Sea, Iranian, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has commandeered a ship in the Red Sea. Don't know whose ship it is. It's probably a commercial ship. I don't think it's a naval ship. And actually, so that's that's one of the threats. And I said yesterday as well, we were talking about the different possible threats that Iran could, in its quest for revenge against Israel, what it could do. And they could activate their proxies, which are Hamas. I don't think Hamas has much more they can do right now, though. Hezbollah, which has a very prolific arsenal of missiles and rockets. They're based in southern Lebanon, and they have been launching, but Iran could ask them to do more. And then there's the Houthis, and the Houthis are based in Yemen, which is something like 2,000 kilometers south of here on across the Red Sea. And that is why the Red Sea is an issue right now. So anyway, the Houthis have been, believe it or not, launching rockets from Yemen all the way to Israel and they've been going like over Saudi Arabia, Jordan. I think one even came from Iraq, although I'm not 100% sure that probably wouldn't have been launched by the Houthis. But they're being aimed at the southernmost city in Israel, Eilat, which is on the northern edge of the Red Sea, right there. So there have been rockets launched by them to up here to Israel, and Iran could say, like, do more, or here's some rockets, and by doing that, they would probably draw Israel's retaliation toward that group rather than Iran itself. Not sure if Iran, and now I'm not sure if I said this in this live or the last one, about how Iran probably, I'm asking you, yes, Tony, did I say this in this live or the one that got like blew up by the restream? Yeah, really bad restream. This happened several times. It's like I'm sitting here, the router's like right there, and come on, it's ridiculous. Anyway, in case I didn't say it, there's an Iranian that lives here now, and a message went around saying that he said he doesn't believe that Iran has the ability to attack Israel, actually, and the economy is depleted, and would they be actually able to launch an attack? They've got the weapons. In fact, the news just said, they showed us how nice. One missile takes 12 minutes. Another missile takes 2 hours. And the last one, which maybe that was a drone, takes 9 hours launched from Iran to get to Israel. So if that happens, that would be the type of warning we would have. And then I don't know if our bomb shelters here stand up against these kind of weapons. But will Iran actually, do they have the ability financially, and also do they want to bother with the retaliation from Israel if they launch an attack, because the country is already in sort of tatters with revolution that maybe has quieted down, but had been going on, and also the sanctions that had crippled the country for several years. And also, are they just holding out to finish building their nuclear bomb? And what would they just wait for that? Because if they do attack, then Israel would feel carte blanche probably to go in and to take out their bomb in the making. So anyway, those are all the endless possibilities as we await the 11 o'clock hour to find out what, if anything, will happen tonight or in the next 48 hours while the kids are home, of which they are really thrilled about. They're actually not. They're not thrilled.
They're anticipating a huge cyber attack.
Oh, are they saying that now?
Well, they did say before.
Okay.
That they're also anticipating a big cyber attack.
So okay.
It's not only
okay. So while I've been talking, there's news coming out here that that they're also anticipating a big cyber attack. So maybe you won't see me doing a live because maybe there will be no internet. There may also not be electricity because there will be no internet, no electricity, whatever facilities or utilities they can take out. So that is the other possibility. And in the meantime, something else that's going on, and I wonder if they're going to be banned and disbanded after 11 p.m., is the hostages, the hostage march. Now, there's 133 hostages, Israeli hostages that are in Gaza right now, and looking to see if there's any updates. They were doing every day they are out there in some kind of protest to bring awareness to the situation. And right now they're also out, I believe, in Tel Aviv and having a big rally. There's this is the Hostage Families Forum headquarters. Tonight's rally in Hostage Square is under the banner, "Let Our People Go Before It's Too Late." Of course, "Let Our People Go" is a reference to Passover and the Israelites getting out of Egypt and Moses telling Pharaoh, "Let my people go." Well, God telling Pharaoh, "Let my people go." And they're saying that time is running out for the hostages, and they would want them to celebrate the Festival of Freedom, not in the Hamas tunnels of Gaza, deprived of liberty and independence. So this is drawing tens of thousands of people on a daily basis to raise awareness, to protest. And the hostage protests have kind of split into different camps. And there are not that they've necessarily split, but I would say that a different stream has moved in also to piggybacked off of the hostage rallies, and it's going back to the pre-October 7th protests that were happening weekly under the guise of removing Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as Prime Minister. There was a huge movement called the Crime Minister, and they were out there. They've been out there since even before Corona, protesting weekly to remove Netanyahu as the prime minister. And now they've piggybacked onto the hostage rallies, saying that the government is clearly not doing enough, and the government didn't do enough to protect us or anything, and they need to be removed. The government should be replaced now. So anyway, there's a lot going on. So from the West Bank, where this 14-year-old was killed, including the response of the settlers who are going into the Arab villages and setting things on fire, there's a lot of violence going on there. So now we're also sitting 25 minutes away from when our changes, our alert status changes in 25 minutes to be on high alert and for all different things to be canceled, and all the way to just the rallies in the streets, which clearly this is good. This is over 1,000, and so I wonder if the future hostage rallies are going to be canceled, at least for the next 2 days. So anyway, should I still have internet? Should I still have electricity? I will definitely update as time, over the weekend and in the coming 48 hours. But I'm sure you'll also see it in the news. So anyway, Raya, you want to add anything? Come quickly. Go ahead.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Okay, I thought she was gonna go on her rant against the schools closing, but anyway, but she is.
How dare you close school?
So anyway, all right. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, if you want to get alerts like this when I do these lives, then I think you subscribe for alerts. And then when I do a live, which will probably be on YouTube directly now, no longer with Restream, no thank you, then you will get the alert that I'm going live and you can tune in right away, which would be great. So anyway, thanks for your prayers and thanks for tuning in, and see you again soon.